Hi there. It's your second favorite DP right here, okay? No, that's Deadpool, you silly little Hufflepuff. Anyways, I'm gonna need you to shut up that pretty little mouth of yours and pay attention because the show's about to start, alright? And, I don't know about you, but I know who's my vote for sexiest ex-soldier turned pop culture show host. Alright, enough foreplay. Let's get on with the show.
Every week's an epic feat. They shed light on what's the trend. When will the madness ever end? From movies to the latest shows, you never know how far they'll go. Come aboard and take the ride. Let's uncover what's inside. Warriors of the night, here to fight. Pop culture explosions in the spot.
Hey everybody, welcome! Tonight is June 9th, 2026. This is episode 243 of Pop Culture Warrior, the show where I stay up to date on all the ins and outs of what's happening in pop culture so you don't have to. I'm CQ. Welcome to the show. It's Tuesday night, bitches. Let's get to it. But I can't do it alone. No, I can't. And you think you know who I'm about to introduce, but you don't. You have no idea, because I didn't know he'd be here tonight, but he's here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Mr. K-Mail.
Hello. What's going on? How are we doing tonight?
Woo, Woo! So much. Hey, dude, calm down.
Oh,
Calm
hey, I
down.
know,
Jeez.
I know you're usually, brimming this little camera bubble's usually brimming with a ton of energy. So
Yeah, no.
I'm trying
Yeah,
not to overdo it. Try not to overdo
ease
it.
up, man. Ease up. It's too much excitement for everybody. Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you doing? Let us know you're watching, where you're watching from. I see you, Anubis. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Let us know you're watching, man. Let us know where you're at, what you're doing, what's going on. It's Tuesday night. Let us know what's on your pop culture mind, because full transparency, because that's what we do here. I don't have anything I really want to talk about. Almost. At least he has no echo. Well done. Yeah. I'm telling you, Mad Mike is on a timeout. That's why he's not here. He is on a permanent, semi-permanent, temporary ban from this show. He's gonna take the next couple of weeks off. He's the kids are out of school and he's traveling and doing all the family, spending time with family. Blah, fucking with a nerd, fucking loves his wife and kids or some bullshit. I don't know. Anyway, we're here with K-Mill, ladies and gentlemen. What is good, man? How you doing? We ain't hung out in a bit. How are you?
It's been a minute. I've been meaning to make it out for game night at some point. It's just something always comes up on that Friday, and so maybe next week.
Next time, man. Next time.
Yeah,
It'd be next weekend, next Friday.
Yeah.
We were supposed to have it last Friday. I was so burnt out from we did Nashville, then we came back, immediately went to Ohio for a Grand Gathering, a bunch of business meetings, a bunch of stuff, recorded some footage. I was like, I just don't have it. I was gassed out. I was like, I can't do it. Hey, Morgan, how you doing? And so, that's why I was like, I didn't even post. I didn't even say hey guys, no show tonight. I was I crawled into the bed and I was done. But first off, speaking of FTA, we have so many it's just games just keep pouring in. And I'm like, oh my God, we're never, every true gamer, and this is tabletop gaming, not video gaming, but I think it applies to video gaming too. Every gamer has what they'll call the wall of shame. It is the wall in which all of the games that you have bought or been given and have not played yet. For gamers, it's the library of games you haven't gotten to. Ours is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and we can't keep up. And people keep sending me games, and I'm like, I promise I'll get to it. I promise. I can't tell you what year, but eventually, we just had one. It's literally sitting over there. I should have grabbed it and showed it. But veteran owned and operated. Basically, imagine Cards Against Humanity, but military, and it's called Rank After Dark or something like that. Dark Rank, or I don't know, something along those lines. But it's it's basically like a drinking game, and you gotta, you say the, whatever creed or take a shot and, perform a drill thing or do a shot. And it's a whole bunch of shit.
Oh, it's
it's
Truth or
wild.
Dare, veteran Truth or Dare.
Yeah.
Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah, it's kind of Mad Mike finally grew a beard. Yeah. Mad Mike finally grew a beard, man. It looks good on him. Newbie says he's just pre-ordered my 1/6 scale Punisher from One Last Kill. Ooh, I bet that shit's gonna be sick. Man, this is what tonight's gonna be like. I'm literally just gonna ADHD all across the screen. The 1/6 scale stuff, the statuettes. I have so much respect for people that do those. They have the case with all the displays and the vehicles and the you see, I got my little Spider-Man here, which was a gift from one of the best guys ever. I just, as much as I like my props and my little gizmos and gadgets and my little things, I never got into the statues or the posables or which is funny because I grew up with action figures. I wasn't, you got the Hot Wheels guys and you got the sports trading card guys. I was 100% action figures. I had all the Spider-Man, all the X-Men, I had the Batmans, all the action figures. And somehow when I transitioned into adulthood, you would think that would have then like leveled up. You'd end up with things like these, the big posables and things. I don't know. It never like I got into comic books. I collected a shit ton of comic books. For a while, I was big into movie posters, like original movie posters.
Oh yeah.
And then and it's just and then it was autograph stuff and now I just like for the background I just like having the helmets and the little the Pip Boy back here and web shooters and pumpkin bombs and Tony Stark's heart and just a random Power Ranger helmet like I don't know. I don't know, man. It's weird. Like, what are your thoughts, K-Mail? Let's ask you. What are your thoughts on the like collectible, posable action figures or whatever you want to call them, statuettes, minifigs, fucking dioramas, whatever the fuck they're called, like those things.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned that because I was like kind of thinking my current living situation's semi-temporary, semi-permanent. So like I've got, or else I would have like a much more, dressed up background. So like back there, I got a couple things I set up with, some of them. I got like a whole like original Star Trek diorama of the bridge with the action figures by Playmates, I think it was, or no, yeah, Playmates, and then I got a Arlie Ernie, Gunnery Sergeant, and Iron Man pop doll. So I try to avoid getting into collecting any one thing because it gets dangerous. There was that time a couple of years ago I really got into collecting comics for a bit, and it got out of hand. Like we could turn the screen, you could just see stacks of comic books that I have here, and I actually did an outdoor like 4-hour Comic Con. They called it LockCon here in Ashburn a couple weeks back, and I was able to sell about $150 worth of old comic books out in the parking lot. So I was pretty happy with that. So, but I saw a video the other day of like I think one of those. That guy's talking about what do you say, the Punisher that he was getting? Yeah. Is it like $150 action figure?
I mean, they range. There's definitely like I think like the lower tier and then like the upper tier. Those like the what they call them, like the hot toys. I mean, they can go from $100 to $200 to $300 depending on all the accoutrement it comes with. But like you go to your local, I go to my local comic book shop and they'll have the statuettes, a Silver Surfer, Thanos sitting on his thing, and they're like $600, $800, $1,000. And I'm like, I mean, I get it. Like if I was I'm a Spider-Man guy. Everybody knows this. And I panic. I get anxiety of thinking of like, I'm going to drop $1,000 on like this amazing badass fucking Spider-Man statue. And like, I get this, it's weird. I'm okay getting tattoos that are permanent, but the idea of like, oh my God, I'm stuck with this statue and I can't change it or I can't, it's weird. The nerd mentality, the fucking collector it makes no sense. There is no, you can't wrap your brain around it. You either have it or you don't. But yeah.
I was gonna say I just saw a video the other day where somebody was talking about how they spent $150. It was on an X-Men action figure. I can't remember. It might have been Cyclops or somebody else. But he was kind of like, "Hey, this is kind of cool and all, but I don't feel like this was worth $150." Like he showed like the head, like all the arms and everything articulates, like the neck and the head and the shoulders, but like the head just kind of flapped around. Like it was like he was like, I don't think I should be able to move like this, and it's just like nah, nah, nah. And then the paint, I guess the way like the blue and the yellow was painted on the legs, if you moved the leg around too much on the hip, the paint was rubbing off. And it looked like it was yellow paint on there, but apparently they put a yellow base and then painted blue over. So like when the leg was rubbing against the hip part, there was like yellow popping up. And he's like, I just feel like this is worth more than $150. But I was like, Can't argue with that.
The yellow start coming. It looks like he's peeing himself because the yellow starts spreading. Like, oh my god, he's peeing himself. Yeah, Nubis said it's 300 after tax and tariffs. Yeah, god damn. God bless. God bless.
Todd McFarlane quality, I guess.
Oof, yeah, that's the upper echelon of collectibles. The good side of it is they do maintain value or increase through the years. Yeah, the whole collecting space is an interesting thing about what will retain value, what will go up in value, what doesn't go up in value. Today's tangent day. We might as well call this episode the episode of tangents because here we go. Strap in. The other day I was cleaning up the studio and I found an old box of magic cards that I back when I used to collect a lot, and I was like, oh shit! I remember at one point like this collector binder that I had like with these cards could have been like I was like $2,000 to $5,000 worth of cards, like. The premier cards where each card's $100 or more. And I was like, man, I literally pulling this out from the bin and I'm like, I wonder how much it's worth now. And I start going through. Whew, that one hurt. That one hurt a lot. I think the entire collection, because I went to one of those sites where you like take the picture and whatever. And the current day market, it's like 980. So a steep decline of what it once was, and I blame Wizards of the Coast and Magic, right? They're pumping out these cards so damn fast and so damn much. It's watering down the product and bringing the whole thing down. But on the flip side of that, I don't know, you can't even see it in the background. It's up. It's just out of frame. I have the little Lego DeLorean from Back to the Future. And it was the first one to date. They've made like 7 versions, but it was the first one that came out. They're like, hey, we're doing Back to the Future Lego, whatever. My wife bought it for me for my birthday years ago. And of course, like I ripped it open and I built it and played with it and I put it, it's literally up there on the cabinet. And what happened was she had ordered one. For some reason, they sent us 2. I ain't complaining. I got an extra one. So I put the second one away. I put it in the closet. And recently.
Sealed.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's still sealed. Still box sealed, unperforated. It's quality. And I read an article recently because I was scrolling and I saw a picture of it. I was like, oh, that's cool. I have that. And apparently, like, the backlash of the first one was that it was terrible, which... I mean, I get it. It looks like like if you took the DeLorean and put it through like a Minecraft filter. It's just very, it's boxy and square. Like it's Legos. It's little Legos. But a lot of people were pissed that like the design wasn't as good as it could have been, and so they ended up doing like a second version and a third version, and then they got like the big version, which looks a lot better. And but apparently. The backlash was so fierce that like they got rid of all those first ones and like never made them again, and they're like it's basically impossible to find at this point now. And so now, because collectors are crazy, it's become a sought after item because they're like, no, that was a mistake, and they don't.
It's like an error comic book,
basically. Yeah, it's like a misprint, and. So, like, where they were $100, which is crazy to me to think a little box of Legos is $100. But again, I get one of these big sets, but the box was like this big. It was $100. But they're going for like 300 plus as people are trying to buy them up. So it's weird. It's weird. What will be valuable one day and what won't be, and what goes up and what goes down, and who knows? Who knows?
Well, it's interesting you bring up the whole Legos and values and things like that.
Let's talk about it. You like that segue? That segue.
Yeah, I've been kind of following along for like the past week and a half. Like I remember like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I started hearing some guy got arrested over Legos, and I was like, well, that sounds stupid. And then I think it was like early last week. I saw somebody like I think the video popped up in my feed, and I was like, 2 million views. What the hell? Let me look at this. And started looking, like watching that first video and if you're not familiar with what we're talking about,
Yeah, gotta give him the backstory here.
we're talking about Reckless Ben, the YouTuber, who seems like this ADHD Zoomer is on YouTube. But he seems a little out there, but he seems pretty well put together and running a YouTube channel. I can't, especially. I mean, I guess he got in behind the scenes on some other stuff. I looked at some of the other videos, but I didn't dive deep into it. But apparently he was um, enlisted to help this family that had put together this massive Lego Star Wars collection that was supposed to be like a kids college fun type thing / hobby for this older guy. And then his health started fading, so they put it in consignment at this bricks and mini fig store. Now, let me ask you, did you ever heard of bricks and minifig before last week?
Okay, funny enough, I have.
Okay.
But vaguely, right? It's not like this household name that it is today,
No.
infamous name. But yeah, I wasn't aware of how many there were.
Yeah,
it's a
neither
much bigger franchise than I realized. Yeah.
Now I've seen other stores and I've seen like manufacturers where you can get custom, I
Yeah,
guess
they
they
go to
call them
Comic
Lego
Cons all the
figures.
time, right? Where
Right.
they sell the little minifigs. Yeah.
Yeah, they used to drive me nuts when I'd be a vendor because they would like it would be super cheap. I'm sitting there trying to sell my own product, like actual art from another vendor or artist, and I'm sitting there and they're just $5 per minifig, and they were like selling like hotcakes. And like, but yeah, so this family goes on consignment, and they were doing pretty well until there was a dispute with the franchisee, the local bricks and minifig in Salem, Oregon, and the corporate franchisor, and seemingly took the store away from them. And then essentially the gist of the story is the bricks and minifig, the local franchisee and the corporate store essentially took ownership of all the product and basically told the owners of the Legos, they were basically like, yeah, we're not
Not our
honoring
problem.
that.
Yeah.
We don't. They're like, we didn't sign this consignment deal, so it's not legal, even though their agreements say it was. And so enter this YouTube personality who just went prank show / barracks lawyer on that local franchisee and then the corporate owner,
Yeah.
to the point where they created like their own organization called We Steal from Old People, a bricks and minifig thing. And I had to like give them kudos on some of the creativity on some of that stuff. However, I'm going to preface every attorney, like, you have all the YouTube attorneys. The common theme you keep seeing with a lot of them is like, if attorneys had just been involved along each step of the process, this wouldn't be like this.
Yeah.
Like, but you wouldn't have the clickable content. So what are you gonna do?
I'll say this. I agree that if the family had gotten themselves an attorney and just went through the legal process, but the problem is with that. The whole reason they were selling the Legos is they have no money, right? And they didn't have the money to afford it. That's why they were selling the Legos. So they don't have the money to and as we know now, Bricks and Minifigs is a like multi-million-dollar company that has over 300 franchise stores. So, and I think he said it in one of the videos where the guy was like, "Look, sue us. We'll drag this shit out for years. You'll lose more money than you would have ever made selling the things before you ever see a dollar."
Right.
So,
And I think that guy said that without actually understanding who the YouTuber was and what
absolutely.
kind of
Absolutely.
they misled.
Exactly. And so it's unfortunate that, someone like, from, as I understand, as I watched a couple of videos and I think the Brian was the name of the family guy.
Yeah, right. So.
And you know, they tried. They did everything they could. They go, here's the paperwork, here's the documents, here's everything,
Right.
here's the pictures. Like they were smart. They had everything documented. And so for the corporate, you know, to come in, claim a store, which I guess they can do. Like there's so many questions to me of like, as a franchisee, like I could understand that corporate could like pull your franchise, you know, like you can't use our logo, but can you just walk into a store and be like, this is my store now?
Well, there's the bricks and minifig corporate side is saying that they were like behind on some money, and they essentially were told by the franchise owners, like the local owners, hey, my husband's getting a job overseas, and we were just trying to touch base on how to address this. And they were like, okay, we have another buyer or something like that. And then supposedly corporate came in and was just like, okay, yeah, the purchase is done. You just need to leave now. And then you see the video where the lady's like, well,
I have to
I
pay
need
out.
access. I need access to the bank account you just took from me because I need to pay out for this guy. And so in those security videos, it looks like they were like, "Oh yeah, we'll take on the consignment, whatever, blah blah blah
Yeah,
blah."
they said it clearly. Like, yeah, that's our
Yeah,
problem. Don't worry about it. You know, we'll be responsible for it. And you know, it's unfortunate. It's so. There's so many because you don't know what you don't know, right? Like
right.
again, we're hearing this guy's side of it, and then we're hearing the corporate side of it, and so I'm to a fault. I'm an eternal optimist. I try to believe the best in people, and I like to believe that the franchisees that were kicked out were trying to do what was right,
Right.
and then corporate, I'm sure, tried to do what's right, and then just somehow, whoops, things got lost in the shuffle, whatever. But at some point, you got to go, all right, this guy has repeatedly gone into the store once the franchise was taken over, before Reckless Ben ever got involved.
Right.
Like, they were trying to do what's right. At any point in that process, they could have went, hey, let's sit down and figure this out, right? Let's look at the books. Let's look at the paperwork. Let me look at your evidence. But the fact that he had to stoop to getting a YouTuber involved,
Yeah.
like that tells you how desperate someone is. Never once in my life did I go, man, like they messed up my order. I'm gonna call a YouTuber to fit. It would never occur to you. You have to be so desperate and so on your last shred of anything to reach out to a YouTuber.
Well, 20 years ago, like when I was a kid, that's when you would call the local news and get that investigative reporter. It was like, like the
Crime
Nate
Busters
or something, the Channel 9 troublemakers or something like that. So I guess now that's transitioned to YouTubers, like the CopyZillas who investigate, the fraud investigations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But what's wild to me is how that whole story has transitioned from the store screwing over that family to the YouTuber getting targeted by the police and
Swatted. Yeah.
like swatted. And now some of the stuff, some of the stuff, like a judge on the surface could probably see some probable cause for stalking because they kept going to these people's houses. They kept doing, like, they created a pattern. But then when you see some of the other stuff, like you see the cops actually listening, like when they've aired, like when the redacted videos got leaked on accident by the police department, nobody hacked them. They were just stupid and made the Dropbox link public. But when people looked at the footage and they saw how basically the police department was doing the bidding of that franchise owner, and he was basically he's like, "You're threatening me," blah, 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 and then just looked like a total jerk and she's completely lying. Like, they're just sitting in the car and they're like, "Well, we're trying to process. I'm trying to present these papers, trying to serve these papers," and they're like, "Well, these aren't real papers." He's like, "Yeah, they are." Like
She's not a real process server. Yeah, she is.
like you just have to be over 18 and have a pulse to be a process server,
pretty much.
and the ability to throw papers at someone's face. So
It's wild to me that, you know, and I get it because it's not a well, and this is where it gets the logistics of it all, because it's not a criminal matter, it's a civil matter. Although in one context you could say these were stolen because there was a contract in place. If I'm going to sell you a thing and we have a contract and some other person comes and takes that and walks away with, that's called stealing. That's the general, which makes it a crime.
well, as I'm sitting there thinking about it, I'm like, if it was a vehicle with like a title, like where it's clear indication of the owner, like he has my vehicle, in their store and won't give it back to me. Like I have the title, all this and that. You thought that'd be easy, but then I saw a store like somebody post, they're like, I was helping somebody move and I left my motorcycle on their property, and then when they ditched me and when I came back to get my bike, they have it locked behind their fence, and then the cops are telling me it's a civil matter, and I'm like, the hell? What the hell's going on? Like with ownership, with the police department, like they're just between the flock cameras doing their job, and now they're just like, it's a civil matter, blah blah blah. Or like I'm like, I have a clear title ownership to these items. Like there's a clear chain of custody for all this stuff, and it's like, do the police do anything anymore? I don't know. I mean, I have a lot of good, police friends, but it's just like when you see stories like this, it was like you just like the whole office consultant things. It's like, what exactly would you say you do here?
What do you do here? Hey, Rachel, congratulations as an anniversary follower. Congratulations, happy anniversary. It reminds me so much like these new, like the squatters' rights, where someone can just literally walk into your house, squat down, and that's
Yeah.
it. Like they can't, you can't call the police and kick them out. Like they have squatters' rights. Like what? So you can break into my house as long as you intend to stay. Totally fine. If you grab something and leave, that's breaking and entering. But if you come in with a fucking backpack and a toothbrush, hey, that's just, hey, he did that. Woo! Man. Oh, it's, I'm trying to keep myself calm because I'm angry about
should I mention he announced today, Ben, that he received a gag order from the judge from Bricks and Minifig, that he can't talk about it. So he's like, during his video today, like it was only like a 2-minute video today where he basically said, like, I can't talk about an imaginary company anywhere.
Yeah. Theoretically, if there were a company, I couldn't talk. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me going back to the analogy, right? So someone steals my car and I go, cops, that guy stole my car. And then they go up to him and say, did you steal his car? And he goes, that guy's on heroin. And they come arrest me.
Yeah.
Like, what? What? They just, and then they swat his house, find nothing, and then arrest everybody. That is
because of the GoFundMe.
That is bonkers. That is bonkers. The swatting happened, they said, because it was reported that he had the stolen Legos. That was the legitimate cause to search.
The Airbnb owner said that he overheard them
talking about the Legos. Yeah.
Through their thin walls talking about stolen Legos. Well, yeah. That's the whole point of what he's staying there. They're trying to recover stolen Legos.
But then but then okay, so you got swatted, they find nothing, and still arrested them. Like there's so many. Oh my
God. I know it doesn't make sense. Like it's like they're just sitting there like, well, we can't back down, or it's like
and it's like each step of the way they have just doubled down and then double down, and then I can imagine you're at the poker table, right? And he's got like 50 cards in front of him, and he's like, hit me again. Hit me again. Like, you're like, at some point, stop. You're killing, like, you're just so much. Anyway, it's just, man, this is like watching the Titanic go down. And you're just sitting there with your popcorn. And it's just because this bricks and minifigs store is just, and I feel bad because there's so many franchisees that are just gonna get fucked over for this.
Well, and I saw the other day, what was it? CoffeeZilla posted a video where he's like, "Please stop being vigilantes." And he showed a couple videos from some of these other franchise stores where people came in there to a store that had nothing to do with the situation other than the name on the door, and started raising hell. One dude got in a fight with another guy, and actually there was 2 fights. Just ridiculous, you know.
Like, I'm upset about it, and I think it's wrong, but I also have the common sense to go, things that a corporation does, right? You could be mad at the corporation, but if it's a franchisee, it's a local mom and pop shop, basically, that pays money to this mega corporation. Be mad at the corporation. Mail them stink bugs or fucking, I don't know, spray paint the headquarters. Whatever it is you want to do, point it at them, not your local. If McDonald's came down with a decision like, we're not going to sell chicken nuggets anymore, like, I'm not going to go to my local McDonald's and start burning the place down. It's not there. Like, they're just fucking doing what the hell they're told. Like, anyway, sorry. I just, it gets me all worked up. It's such a simple thing. It's such a simple thing. And then for this CEO, the fucking, first of all, the mustache on that guy is a fucking red flag. If I've ever seen one, check his hard drives. I'm telling you, no sane person has a mustache like that. But for him to repeatedly be like, we've done nothing wrong. This is bullshit. They're trying to do this and they're sensationalizing this and then for now to be like, guys, let's just come to the table. Like, let's just be hashed. Like what the fuck? You've literally saying the worst, horriblest shit and deny. We've been trying to reach out to him and to make this all bullshit. You have not. We've all seen it. You know what it is? I'm not going to get political. It's the Trump. It's the Trump. It's the way he does business. I'm going to say one thing, and then as soon as I feel like it's not good, I'm going to say this other thing, and
maybe it's that tie to the Mormon, because a good portion of the Mormon population is all about that particular political group. Except they're probably changing their tone this week, but that's a whole other can of worms. That's more of a nice discussion there.
And let me just say, it's kind of an aside, but it's tied to this. Fucking Patreon. Outstanding.
Oh, props to them. Yeah.
Did. Oh my, that is the most baller move. I have so much fucking respect for someone, because they didn't need to say anything. They could have stayed out of it. No. I'm just let them mess their problem with it. And for him to come out and go, fucking stop. And fucking come at me, bro, was basically the message from the CEO of Patreon. Like, fuck around and find out with your little toy store. Like, we're worth billions of dollars. Go ahead.
Well, that's like really, if you think about it, that's the wrong guy to mess with, because he's the head of a large organization that is able to convince people to buy into something and devote discretionary funds towards something. So if the guy, the head of somebody like that, gets pissed off enough, there is too easier for him to like reach out to all of his Patreon heads and be like, hey, I'd like to start a campaign against these guys who are trying to like kill the very essence of Patreon. Who wants in? And then instantly, they have an online army that's already bigger than what they got going right now against bricks and minifigs and the that police department.
Oh man, I love the comments are outstanding. It's like watching the Titanic go down with airstrikes actively bombing the ship. Yes. Oh, that's so funny. It's so good. Insomniac said, "I'm curious how Lego is looking at this and if they're going to pull out from supplying bricks and minifigs." I mean,
well, I did see by chance the one of the main suppliers for the bricks and minifigs,
the custom build pieces.
They said they're like, we can't work with them currently with everything that's going on, and they said it's really painful because they're our largest buyer right now, but we can't in good conscience continue to do business.
And again, super respect to that organization to say that, look, we understand like this is a bite the hand that feeds you kind of thing. They're our biggest buyer, but we can't stand up for what they like. It is so I haven't seen one person go like, let's hear them out. Like, it's so obvious. Now, is, Reckless Ben, like, because he says a lot of things about like the Mormon church and the, fucking the Illuminati, and it's like, it's all connected and it's all conspiracy. A lot of what he's saying is sensationalizing. Absolutely. Right. He's trying to get attention. He's trying to get, for a good cause, I believe. He's trying to get the clicks, to get the views, to get the virality so that more people see it. It applies more pressure. So I do believe it's coming from a good place. I don't think the police are like in on it with this organization, and they're like, we'll give you all the Legos you need, like we'll slide you some fucking Star Wars pack. No, but I definitely think there is a bias of going, this is a reputable businessman. And these are some hoodlum street urchins, YouTube camera people. And so there must be wrong. Like, so I do feel there's biased from the police side of things. And I do think there is some corporate massaging of ownership and things for sure. And now they're trying to do damage control, which obviously I don't think they're a publicly traded company. Otherwise their shit would be worth nothing right about now. Oh yeah, I do have to disclose. I have to disclose that I've seen Disclosure Day and I have to talk about it. So we're gonna do that. I love that. Reckless Ben jumps from 2 IQ to 200 IQ and then back to 2 consistently. And it's a true story. I like, there'll be real times where I'm like, wow, that is a great point. And then he says something where I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? Like,
well, with that one early on when he said, he's like, well, I went and he's like, I had the manager sign that agreement, and she's like, oh, delivering a package. Can you sign this? And as I'm watching it, I'm like, that's fraud. That's fraud. That's not gonna carry. And then one of the attorneys said it too. And I was like, all right, see. And then like the one video I was watching, he's like, and I got out of jail. The judge thought it was so stupid. He changed my bail to $2,500 and I got out. I'm like, cool. He's like, so then I ran to Mexico. No,
don't do that.
That's the very reason why you don't get bail, is in case you decide to leave the country, much less the state.
Yeah. Yep. Bail jumpers. Not good. But anyway, I mean, it just, I gotta like measure my stress level. I got this really cool band that now like measures my stress level. Cause let me tell you something. It's not right. It's not like, it's so unfortunate. I'm so happy to see that like this GoFundMe has raised like whatever it is, $400,000 for this guy. But honestly, bricks and minifigs, I don't see a way. Like, anyone in corporate America should know by now. Like, anybody that hires like one of those crisis PR firms, like they tell you, just put your head down and just wait for it to blow over. Like, don't engage, because the more you try to defend your position, even if you're right, you're just keeping it in the news. You're just keeping the conversation going. You're fueling the fire, even if you're in the right. And so, Always Sunny in Philadelphia couldn't make a story this insane. You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. They could not. Like, people wouldn't believe it.
Should I tell you this?
Oh, please. Let's do this. I haven't peaked the stress level yet, so go ahead.
The GoFundMe fundraiser is gone.
Of course it is. Of course it is. Of course it is.
So I don't know. Like, does that mean either GoFundMe took it down, or did they reach their goal and said we're done?
I mean, yeah, they like fucking cashed out and ran. Like, just take it and go.
But if they meet their goal, typically GoFundMes will stay.
Yeah, there's a certain time limit. It's like a Kickstarter,
like a record. Yeah,
yeah.
So
it at a certain point it ends, but if nothing else, that fucking asshole on the top of the fucking corporate ladder of bricks and minifigs needs to be just pushed aside, and like, you're done. You obviously have lost the thread of reality of what's happening here. There was just so much shit. There's so much, like the whole thing where they're like, oh, if you just go in and apologize, we'll let it go. And they're like, yeah, but we have a restraining order. We can't do that. And they're like, no, it's fine. And they're like, well, we have a feeling you're going to call the police as soon as we walk in. And they're like, no, wait, wow, we're not going to do that. And as soon as they walk in, whoop, police. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, you knew what was going to happen.
Like that was a
knew
trap.
it. Yeah. Like, there's so many. You want to believe in law and order, and people have to play by the rules, but no, they don't. Everybody can just do whatever the fuck they want, and no repercussions. Sorry. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. No, I went down that rabbit hole for a couple days, and it just, man, it burns me up to see the little guy shit on. You know what I mean? Like, it's not right. It's not fair, and it's wrong. So anyway, that's that. We'll see. We'll keep up to date. We'll Lego Gate. We'll keep up with Lego Gate and figure out what's happening on our next episode. I do, before we switch topics to something else, want to say that I got to see Disclosure Day. And okay. I'm sure a lot of people are curious about, not necessarily my thoughts. They're curious about my thoughts, but who the fuck I don't matter. But I did see it. I will give my non-spoilery review in that it's an enjoyable film. I enjoyed the film for the most part. I think Emily Blunt was phenomenal. Like, she really, really went for it in this role and just knocked it out of the park. You forget that she's like British or English or whatever, because she's got this like country twang to the way she talk, and it's very adorable. And I will say it's really well written. It's decently well paced. I do feel like there were parts where it's kind of dragged a little bit, but just when I would have that thought, it would kind of pick back up. So like, it never lingered long enough. They throw a lot at you. With very little explanation, and you just gotta kind of like go for the ride. Like, shadowy organization and this is this character and they have a backstory, but that's not important. And now here's this person, and okay, now this guy, and like, it's just like fucking go. It's like go. Some of like really creative cinematography, some of the shots, like, I'm a big guy in like, how they position the camera and the angle. Like there's some great sweeping shots where I was like, holy shit, that is seamless. Like where and again, there's all these fancy tricks you can do, but like, he's behind a fence and it swings around like it went through the fence to get like the full 360 without their, being a fence, CGI, whatever it is. But, and some stuff that, without spoiling anything, some stuff that I've watched, God, Jesus Christ, thousands of movies at this point. And there were some things where I went, man, I've never seen that in a movie before. Like a stunt that they did or a certain setup to a scene. Because, anybody that's seen a handful of movies, you know certain story beats, certain like, okay, this is leading to this and they dropped that little tidbit there. So, and there were a lot of times where I was like, I don't know where this movie's going. Like, I don't know what, and I mean that in the best way, and not like it's disjointed, but in a way that's like it's creatively pulling you through the story.
It's not like trying me watching a movie where I can already see like the formula.
Yeah.
Like, or something's coming up and I'm like, and then that guy gets killed. Or then there's going to be a scare thing here. And then,
it is very much like the best way I could describe it is in the vein of almost like, remember fucking like The Fugitive, where it's a chase movie that's slowly uncovering the plot and, slowly unraveling the mysteries. But what did it for me? CGI is as good as it can be. I've seen a lot worse. The writing's good. The directing's good. The story is good. It's engaging. It's fun. There's lots of twists and turns. But I just, again, no spoilers, but just not a fan of how it kind of wrapped up. It felt for me that we're building to this crescendo, right? We're being edged, if you will, to this climax, and then it's just like,
just didn't materialize like you would expect.
It didn't have that that moment at the end where you're just like, fucking hell, that's it. It was just more of like a, like, and it's like, that's, what's the old saying? Like the end of the world won't be with a bang, but with a whimper or something like that. But that's kind of like how I felt like this movie was building to this fucking huge bang. And then it was just kind of like, like in the finish line. So take that for what you will. I gave it a solid 8 because I think it's a very good movie. It's one of those movies where like once you know the ending, it's like it doesn't ruin the movie, but it like there's less, oh, what's gonna happen? Who's that? Why is this? What is that? Because now you know everything. So is it worth it? I will say, purely on spectacle, worth seeing in the theaters because it is shot beautifully. I saw it in IMAX. It is big. It is loud. There are some intense moments. So I do think it's worth a watch. I wouldn't say it's a must see in theaters. I think it's worth a watch. I think if you're a movie person, you will like. That is from T.S. Eliot, The Hollow Man, not with a bang, but with a whimper. Yes, thank you. Delightfully unpredictable. Yeah, I'm not trying to put a pooper. If you were looking forward to seeing it, you'll enjoy it. That's the best thing I can say about it. If you wanted to see it, you'll enjoy it. If you were on the fence on it, you may or may not enjoy it.
This is what I really want to know. Mm-hmm. When did we start getting well-read fans? Who start knows that we're quoting.
Tell who doesn't belong here. Fucking quoting T.S. Eliot up in this bitch.
Rachel stumbled along to the wrong. Like, what is this?
you get your well read ass out of here. Uh, that's funny. That's funny. I love it. Yeah. So if you're a Steven Spielberg fan, is it among his best works?
It's no
No.
Jaws.
I mean, when you're matched up against Jaws, E.T., Jurassic Park, Indiana Jones. I mean, he had a hand in Back to the Future. Like, I mean, it's hard. It's hard. Like, I would say more, but I think it alludes to a lot of things that happen in the movie, and I never want to spoil something for someone else. So I'll maybe have more thoughts on it after the week when it comes out and people have seen it, and then I can kind of give my little notes of certain things that I noticed. But again, great acting, great writing. For 95% of the movie, man, I was in it, and I was like, I could see this as like, not like movie of the year nominee or anything like that, but a solid, enjoyable, really good film to go see. And then just Insomniac says, I saw Backrooms and I loved it. Backrooms is an interesting thing because I haven't seen it yet. I do want to see it. And the reviews are so split. Like, people are either like, I loved it, or that was a shitty movie. Like, there's no in between. It's so crazy to me. I've literally seen both sides of the argument of like, why was it like, everyone loves Obsession. Obsession is like one of the biggest surprise hits. Everybody's, oh my God, it's a great movie, blah, blah. Backrooms is one of those where it's like, it seems to be very decisive as far as like, if you like it or you don't. And I feel like the people that don't like it didn't really know the source material, which again, you shouldn't need to know the source material to enjoy a movie it's based on, right? Like, that's the point of the movie, is to bring it to a new audience. But if your movie doesn't do a good job of explaining that universe and it relies on the background knowledge of it I don't know. I don't know. I don't get paid to do these. I like Backrooms. There you go, Don. Yeah. It's divisive. The people that said they liked it, Insomniac, John, for you guys, did you know about the universe and all of like were you aware of all the other stuff, or did you just go into the movie and like, I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it? Because I'm curious. We're gonna do a straw poll here, because it seems to be very. That's the undercover Fed. That's funny. This guy said Rachel's the undercover Fed who's been assigned to watch us. But yeah. So, and again, like, for a second, this is the crazy thing about, and this is why I would never want to be a movie reviewer, for real. I went and saw Masters of the Universe last weekend. I enjoyed the film. And I'm not a Master of the Universe He-Man fan. Like, I didn't grow up in the 80s. Well, I grew up in the 80s, but I didn't grow up watching that stuff and being a big fan of that stuff. I thought it was kind of weird, to be honest. Dude in the fucking loincloth. Like, doesn't do it for me. And
elements of the 80s.
God bless it. So much cocaine. I enjoyed the film. I thought it was very good. It was campy, it was silly, but it was what it was supposed to be. And I thought it was really well done. It got reviewed very well, very favorably. Did not perform well in the box office. And then you have Scary Movie 6 or whatever it is that went alongside it, which got mediocre reviews at best and ran away with the box office. And so there's such a huge disconnect between the reviews of something and then the audience. And this is why I think like Rotten Tomatoes, whatever it does, like the critic score and then the audience score. And it's crazy to me, like, how many movies are so disproportionate, where one will be like 37 and the other's like 96, and you're like, how, what?
Well, that's why I like the IMDb score scale.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to me, that has always been the best rating system for me to gauge whether or not I'm going to like a movie. So anything over a 5 is worth your time. Like 5 to 6, not the best movie, but you're not going to walk away usually going, what the heck? You know, so the IMDb currently for the latest scary movie, it's just scary. Yeah, 2026 is 5.5. They've never, I think I saw where it's like, I think it's never gotten, like, any of them have really gotten real high.
Yeah.
Rotten Tomato.
Yeah. Which is wild to me, because like they made tons of money and they made tons of sequels, and yet they apparently did not review well. I just don't get it. I'm curious to see this coming weekend how Disclosure Day does, and does the reviews of it, because I'm seeing a thread of like 7, 8 somewhere in there where it's like, you know, if you want to read the reviews, you read the reviews. I feel like some of them give away a little too much, but you know, you got Steven Spielberg. Like, that's such a name. Like, it's such a powerful name to put on a movie, and but you know, it doesn't always translate. Didn't he do the one, like, was it 8mm? Was one that he did, and
yeah,
or something like that, and it didn't play well. I don't know.
It's like, well, why would you pay to go see a movie that's shot with like horrible film just to get epilepsy? Like, you know what we need? Yeah. We're just needing another Tom Cruise movie to
oh my God. Yeah, just to really send it home. Don said, I don't pay attention to reviews. I just go and make my own decisions. And I think that's fair. I think that's fair. You know, based on if you like an actor or a director or a writer or a story, like, you know, oh, I love the book, The Martian, so I want to see the movie, The Martian. Like, whatever it is your reason to wanting to see it, then like you're going to go see it. I think the reviews only really play a factor when you're kind of like, am I going to go? Am I not? I'm going to go see a Marvel movie. They're going to come out with a Marvel movie. Fucking Spider-Man. I'm going to see if day one, Spider-Man Brand New Day, and they're like, this is the worst thing that ever put out by Marvel. I'm still going to go see it. I'm still going to go see it. Having said that, though, there are movies. Mad Mike has an echo. This echo thing, man, I gotta get to the bottom. I might blow up my whole fucking system and rebuild it from the bottom up. Because
wait, are they saying I have an echo?
They're saying you have an echo now. I don't know. It's probably it's probably one of all my toys that I plug in. Like, fucking something's cross. I apologize. It's my fault. Don't blame him. It's me. It's me. I'm the problem. What was I saying? God damn it. Yeah, if you're gonna see a movie, like if you want to see a movie because of an actor, a director, a writer, a story, or whatever, you're gonna go see it. There's nothing that's really gonna dissuade you. It's when you're like, should I? Maybe what's out there? Like, maybe we should go to the. Then you look at the reviews and you go like, oh no, that's getting terrible reviews. I've never once have I been like, I'm not going to see that piece of shit. And they're like, it's the best reviewed movie of all time. And I'm like, well, I guess I got to go see it now. Like, if I don't want to see something, I'm not. He gaslit Mike for it being his fault last time. Yes, I always gaslit Mike. Yes. That's my thing. If you've never met, hi, I'm CQ. You apparently never met me. Nothing's my fault. I blame everyone for everything else. And I don't cheat at games. Yeah, it's just the whole review thing, it's tough. It's tough. I sat with some like actual reviewers. Like I sat with somebody who does like a local like newspaper, reporting for movie stuff, and then I sat with somebody who's like on cinemascore.com or whatever it was. And we were just talking about it. And I'm like, I don't envy what you guys have to do, because you have to rate this movie, and it's like music, right? It's so subjective most of the time.
Yeah.
Like you like a performance, you don't like a performance. Like it's hard to say definitively, like, this is a bad film, this is a good film. You look at something like Dragon Ball Evolution, that is a shit film. That is a absolute dog turd of a film. I don't know who the fuck let that go out in theaters. But those are far and few between where you can like decisively say that is a bad movie. Otherwise, The Room with what was that dude? The
Johnny Wiseau.
Yeah, Wiseau, whatever the fuck his name is. Yeah,
Or
you haven't seen that.
Tommy Wiseau. Johnny was the name of the movie.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Mark.
I did not hit her.
I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. That shit lives rent free in my head. Like, randomly, it will pop up. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. Anyway, so yeah. What else is out there, ladies and gentlemen? Avatar the Sea. You could argue, Lisa. She says Avatar: The Last Airbender film. I could almost argue, say like, it wasn't well liked, it wasn't well received, but like, they went for it. They took big swings. There was, the CGI was pretty good. The casting was pretty good. Like, arguably, that's a bad film. Arguably, not definitively. Arguably, like that's the difference. IGN scoring, where they give games like Expedition 33 a 6 or a 7, then give Mixtape and Dragon Age and Concord, etc. a 9 and 10. Yeah. You know what? I know I'm going to start a fight with you, Scott. I tried Expedition 33. I couldn't get into it, man. I'd give it a 6 or 7. Like I couldn't. I stopped playing after like an hour, and I was like, this is not enjoyable. It was just not. I don't get the hype. I'm sorry. You fucking arrest me. Come swat me. Can we talk about Xbox? Yes, let's talk about Xbox, because this is your show. This is your show now, folks. You throw it in the chats, and we're gonna talk about it, because at this point, you guys are steering the ship. I'm just kicking.
Do you think Microsoft did the Xbox come back to try to revive the Game Pass?
You know what? Here's the thing. Fucking kudos to Xbox. I do think so. We've had the PlayStation, whatever they call it, State of Play. We had the Xbox Showcase, and I think Nintendo's doing theirs. Like, I think this week they're doing like the Nintendo whatever the fuck. Well, who cares about Nintendo? Fucking nobody cares. And I've never been one to say like they won the show or they won the show. Like, I've liked certain announcements there, and I liked certain announcements there. To me, it's the whole red state, blue state thing of we're always right. No, we're always right. It's like, bitch, you're both wrong half the time. So like, it is what it is. But I will say I liked a lot of what Xbox had to show. I really did. They're trying to fix the mistakes that they've made. And they brought the Game Pass prices back down. I dig the 25th anniversary. Dude, when I was like, should I get one of those? Like, they had me for a second, because like the Xbox 25th anniversary, and it's got like the fucking translucent green shell of like the original. And I was like, oh my God, should I really? And I'm like, wait a minute, why would I need this? What am I doing? But you almost had me. You almost had me, Xbox. You almost had me. They got me on the fucking handheld. I do got one of those. They got me on that one. There's a lot that I saw that I liked. the Gears of War, which I personally I like. I've been over Gears of War for years. I haven't like truly been into Gears of War since like 3, and I think they're up to whatever 6 or 7 now. But it is intriguing to me to do the whole E-Day, Emergence Day for people that don't know from the original game, and like it's such a weird premise to me, and this is just as a gamer. It's always a weird premise to me to do a game that takes place before another game from 30 years ago. Because, like, there's besides just graphics getting better, like, fundamentally, the gameplay has evolved so much that it just feels weird to be happening before the first game, and yet, like, you know what I mean? Like, narratively, you have to really structure your way out of that kind of box. Hey, thanks, Rachel, for hanging out with us. Appreciate you. Bear in the yard. God bless. Get the mace. She's like, I got a bail. Bear in the yard. Yeah, handle your business. Just have the bear come in. Watch the show with you. Just sit down. Watch the show. Show him I'm very bear friendly. That's
I don't want to derail it, but what is she going to do?
Go fight it, obviously. Bare knuckle box a bear. What the fuck? What else?
Alaska?
We're gonna go fight a bear. Like, what the fuck? It's just what you don't realize. It's just a big fat hairy guy in the yard. He's just like, get off my yard, Todd. Would she date the bear? Yeah, that was a thing from a few years ago. Yeah, King. It was like, would you rather the bear or a guy? Okay, I'm gonna go fight the bear. Anyway, so where the fuck was I going with that? Oh God,
Gameplay.
No, you're absolutely right. That's what tonight is. Tonight is the ADHD special. It's so weird to narratively have to kind of write yourself out of a box. Like, for instance, and it's a stupid thing. Admittedly, it's a stupid thing. But in this new E-Day Gears of War, you can slide. Couldn't do that in any of the other games. So this is how my brain operates. The first thing I go is, if I'm a writer on this, at some point towards the end of this game, I need him to go like, oh man, I gotta stop sliding. This really fucks up my back. So that way, narratively, that's why he doesn't slide in any of the other games. You see the level that my brain operates at? It's fucking horrible. It is terrible up here. It is absolutely terrible. You don't want to be in here. Anyway, that's the shit that I'm always like, because then you're like, all right, well, you can't use any of the guns from the later games because it didn't happen yet, and we were in the early games, and then like I see them with the chainsaw thing, and then I'm like, wait a minute, but in the lore of the game, wasn't the chainsaw guns from like the war that they had fought previously? Like that wasn't something new that they came up with because of this, but now this game is saying it's new because it came, and I'm like, fucking, this is my break. This is what I can.
Well, it's like me watching Star Trek. It's like watching Star Trek, and like when they do when they did the reboots, I grew up watching Next Generation, where it's like, I forgot how many years, like 70 years past the original series. And then I watched Next Generation, and it's supposed to be all like really cool high level stuff. And then they make the reboots of the original series and then those other spinoff series. And seemingly their technology is better than what you see in Next Generation, only because our technology now is better. But it's like, sometimes I have to like think about or tell myself not to think about it.
Let it go. Let it go.
Especially for Star Trek, because like if you're a Star Trek fan, you're usually a nerd, like hardcore, like science nerd. So it's hard to like look past.
It's not usually. Always.
Yeah.
Always. Those are synonymous. They are two sides of the same coin. Yeah, so let's look at some of the things that they talked about at the showcase. We said Gears of War E-Day, Modern Warfare 4. I mean, at this point, like, are people really excited about it?
That trailer for Modern Warfare 4. I mean, I think that I think people like me who actually were in Korea in the military are really kind of like, oh yeah, there's like a
I know that fucking street, man. I got my thing on that street. That's it. That's crazy. The one thing I'll give them in that, as I was reading about it and looking at it, and this is, I'm gonna bring something from the past back, but they were talking about like a whole new thing called, what was like Battle Box or something like that. Some weird, they gave it some weird name, but essentially for the multiplayer, they figured out a way to design not just the map, but kind of like these small boxes. And then the map basically generates by putting boxes together, so that every time you play through that map, it will be different because the boxes have lined up differently digitally. And I was like, that's cool, right? Because that makes it so that like you can't find the one camping spot and always hide in the one spot. But also, if anybody's watched this show for a while, a couple years ago, we had on the team behind 6 Days in Fallujah. And one of their big things was our maps are auto, there's a term for it, but they populate, basically, it rearranges everything. So from an outside, like a building might always be there, but when you go into the building, room by room, it's procedurally generated. So that, like, the first time I went in, I kicked in the door and there's a staircase to the right and a hallway on the left. But then next time I play and I kick in that door, it might just be bedrooms. And like, so every time you played it, it was different. You couldn't rely on the replayability of like, I know where the enemy spawned from and everything. And in fact, they called out specifically in our interview, games like Call of Duty, where they're like, you'll always know where the enemy's going to spawn from. You'll always know what's going to trigger the action. You're always going to know, and you can play to that. Whereas in our game, you can't do that. And so I feel like maybe they took some ideas from someone else. And we're like, I mean, it's very much the Apple method, right? Let everybody else innovate, and then we'll just put more money to it.
maybe the crap.
Game designer?
The game designer for the my brain is farting. Maybe the Call of Duty designer saw that interview and did the Michael Jordan. It's like, and we took that personally.
We took that personally. Like, we can do that. We can do that.
Yeah, okay.
I will definitely watch someone play the Modern Warfare 4 campaign, but I won't buy it. I mean, it's kind of smart. I mean, because there are two types of people that play Call of Duty. And one is in it for the solo single player experience, because narratively they basically give you a movie that you can run through and shoot people. And then the other is the hardcore, like, online multiplayer deathmatch. Like, that's what they want to play. You're usually one or the other. And you might cross back and forth, but typically you lean one way or the other. The people that are in it for that story and that cinematic experience, you could literally just watch someone on YouTube play it, or on Twitch, or on one of these other platforms, and watch them play it, and you basically get the same thing. The difference is your thumbs don't get tired. They really should have patented, trademark, copyrighted that idea. I'm sure they did. The people behind 6 Days in Fallujah, I'm sure their technology and their shit is proprietary, and I'm sure, again, Microsoft and the people behind Call of Duty 4 are smart enough to know just enough of what you have to change. You know, you add a little more in that recipe, just enough to make it so that it's different. It's not the same thing. I don't know. I do miss the campaign mode on Call of Duty. Yeah, like, the OGs, man. Those Call of Duty campaigns were the shit. Other things that were announced: Halo, obviously, the remaster, campaign evolved, blah blah blah. Do people still play Halo? It's like, is that a thing still? I feel like,
I don't know.
It's like saying I'm a big SimCity guy. Like it just seems so ancient. Like I'm really big into Tetris. I'm really big into Tetris right now.
I mean, I know there's people that still play things like Skyrim.
I mean, I could see Skyrim. That's I could see that. Metro 2039. I'm gonna. I don't get the Metro fandom. I just don't. I've played the Metro games. They're okay. They're eh. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm sorry. Because people are passionate, man, about their games. This is like the 4th or 5th in the franchise. I think I played 2 or 3 of them, and I'm just like, you run around a sewer, you shoot things, and terrible accents, and it's all right. There's nothing there for me. Like Senua the game. Like anyone that's missed the Senua franchise, it's on Game Pass. Go play it. Like it was one of those sneak games where I knew nothing about it, and then I played it and I was fucking floored. Metro's a good story, really? It's just people running through the sewers. Like, no, the dark ones are coming, and like,
are you trying to rage bait the audience or something?
I mean, I'm sorry. I'm just being honest. I can't help it.
Next, you're gonna say Mario's a fascist.
Mario's fucking
communist.
Overrated. God damn it!
It was a fascist You say he's a fascist Mussolini supporter.
They don't believe in evolution with their Yoshis. They're very sexist. I don't know. But no, man, Senua. Anybody out there, if you're a gamer of any kind, really, like try Senua's. Like Senua's Sacrifice, I think is the first one, and then Senua Hero's Journey or something like that is the second one. The first one had this awesome mechanic of, like any game, you know, if you die, you respawn. But she had this like infection, and every time you died and respawned, it took over more of her. And after so many respawns, you will literally, like, the game it's permadeath. The game's over, like, because it fully takes over or whatever. So it's this like, it was such a cool mechanic, and the fighting was intense, and like you really like I can't explain it. Like the parries and the attacks, like you really felt like you were doing some shit. Like this was heavy. And then keep pushing me. And then in the second one I was a little disappointed because they kind of like, the first one was so tough. And I feel like they kind of pulled it back and made it a little easier in the second one. However, graphically, the second one had some of the most beautiful set pieces and battle scenes, and like you'd be fighting someone and then literally like out of the shadows, someone would come run, like tackle you, and you have to like, it was intense. It was good. I liked it. So I'm looking forward to the next Senua game. State of Decay. I like the State of Decay franchise. I think that's, you know, at this point, like zombies are so played out, but I've always felt like they do it in an interesting, fun kind of way. CQ never played Metro with zero HUD, Russian and English subtitles. Whatever. He's a purist. I don't use the HUD. Next you're gonna say I don't use cheats. Spyro's coming back. That's cool. Another one of those franchises that I never understood was the Plague's Tale. I don't know if you've ever played the Plague's Tale franchise. It's okay. I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those games where it's like it seems a bit artsy to me. Like it was more about how pretty it looks and versus like, is it fun to play? But who am I? I'm not a game review either. Doom. I can't believe Doom they still come out with new Dooms. That's wild. Crazy Taxi World Tour. Now, don't get me wrong. I grew up on Crazy Taxi. I loved Crazy Taxi. I played the shit out of Crazy Taxi. But let's be honest. Let's be honest for a second. Who out here is going to buy a Crazy Taxi World Tour? Are you K-Bill? You going to get Crazy Taxi World Tour?
I'm gonna shock you and let you know I never played it.
Well there you have it.
It was on the Dreamcast, right?
Yeah, it was. That was it started out as a Dreamcast title. Actually, I think it was like a arcade cabinet that they moved to.
Actually, yeah, Dreamcast. It was Dreamcast. Because ironically, or not ironically, but coincidentally, I started rewatching the show The Shield, and the first episode, one of the criminals, they break into his house. He's playing that Crazy Taxi game, and he's got a Dreamcast. I'm like, oh, it's a Dreamcast controller. I'm like, seventh grade, just flashback.
You're dating yourself. One of the ones that I've been most surprised about, because, and I think I've said this before, I've played thousands of games at this point, and you start, much like movies, you start to see those like the cliches and like, all right, we got it, do this, do that, blah. Here's your shooter, here's your extraction, here's your, fetch quest, here's whatever. Nothing interesting or new, right? A game comes along like fucking Goat Simulator, and you're like, oh, that's different, it's weird. It's off the wall, it's wacky, but like, hey, it's something. Join Us. Have you seen the play footage or the trailer or anything for Join Us?
No.
It is off the wall zany. So like, to me, it's like, remember when we had, Grand Theft Auto 3 and like these really intense, like, oh, we're going to make real, 3D worlds and things. And then like Saints Row came along and like, we're going to hit people with dildos. And like, it was just kind of like, it took that, but like it put it on its head. Like, that's what this feels like. So Join Us is basically, you are the founder of a cult. And the whole game is building up your cult. It's like brainwashing people, making yourself into a deity, battling with local cops and like all this stuff. It's wild. But in the background, pull up the trailer for Join Us. No sound, but just watch it. And it is bonkers, batshit crazy. And there's tentacles involved and airstrikes. And like it's wild.
Why is it
what it do? I didn't know Spider-Man took his mask off and had a show. Wayne, what up, man?
The thumbnail for the game, I thought it was King on the front of the thumbnail. I was like, when did King do a video game? And I was like,
but yeah. Cthulhu, yes, Cthulhu might or might not be involved. Yeah, it is. It came across my radar a couple months ago, actually, believe it or not. I follow a lot of early stuff, and I was like, man, this looks like wild. It looks wild what they're trying to go for, and I was like, I don't know how it's gonna work, but when I saw the trailer, I was like, oh my god. It's silly fun. It's just silly, zany fun, possessed cows and you ride a pig, get some, like it's just wild. It's wild. It looks fun. And I think that's what I want. I got to a point as a gamer where I'm like, I just want an experience. I just want to be able, what I've been into? Shit. Folks at home, because I don't know why I've been on a kick of like those games that it's like deck builders, but in a way it's not possible in real life, because like you play an ace and it does a magic thing, or you play this card and it fucking whatever. So games like Slay the Spire, Blackjacks, Balatro, Inscription, the Flying Spaghetti Monster. Yes. Ramen. There's a Plague Doctor game coming out too. Ooh, I love me some Plague Doctors. Yeah, there's like the Magician's game. Like there's a bunch of stuff, man. Yes, I do think that Xbox did a really good job showing some stuff, and there's some other like Flight Simulator. Ooh, who's excited? Flight. Another addition to Fallout 76. The one game that has been universally hated by the Fallout franchise or a community they have put the most shit into. Like, I felt like Fallout 3 came and went, phenomenal game. And then Fallout 4 came and went, phenomenal game. New Vegas came and went, phenomenal game. 76, everyone hates it. Let's put 10 years of content into it. Like, what the fuck, man? Jesus Christ. We have unanimously said, no. No. And they still keep shoving shit down our throat. The Elder Scrolls 6, right? That's been promised for fucking 30 years, it feels like. But no, they'll keep putting Elder Scrolls Online content out. Fucking Christ, this is bad. I don't know who to blame, but I blame one of you. It's one of your fault. I don't know who, but it's one of your fault. That's all I'm going to say about that.
All right. I have a positive tangent that I came across earlier.
Please.
There are pictures out of Brendan Fraser working out in the gym, trying to get in shape for The Mummy 4.
God bless him. He's got to be like, what, 60 at this point? Like,
well, it's not so much his age; it's what his body has gone through. Like,
well, yeah.
I mean, there's a reason he hasn't been seen for a while between the whole career BS that he dealt with, and the fact that he was dead for like 2 minutes during The Mummy. Was it the first or the second Mummy filming? Or it was the first one when he got hanged, however you want to say it. But
I've heard.
But yeah, he's wrecked his back, all that other stuff, and so. But it's nice to see his career get that revival. It's nice to see him out working out.
He got big. But that's the thing when you're like, he's a very tall guy, and when you're a very tall guy, it's very easy, especially as you age, to really fill out. You know, I mean, did you ever watch The Whale? The movie he did, The Whale?
I never saw it, but yeah, I saw the fats. Yeah,
that's intense. That was an intense movie, which he crushed it. You know, he for those that doubted his acting ability, like he fucking killed it in that one. And I was a fan of him as the fucking robot dude in Doom Patrol. I thought he was great. I'm glad that he's getting the resurgence that he deserves. I mean, my God, the guy's, you know, who didn't love fucking Encino Man and Monkey Bone and fucking, was it Bedazzled? Was that not Bedazzled?
Yeah, it was Bedazzled.
Was it Bedazzled? Yeah, with fucking
Elizabeth Hurley.
Elizabeth Hurley. And you know, and you know, obviously all of the Mummy films, and like it was great. It's great, man. I love me some Brendan Fraser. I've always been high on Brendan Fraser. I think he's a cool dude.
What I do hate, and of course it's me, is I hate that I have to like fact check images, because I was made aware of him working out and getting ready for The Mummy 4 because of an image of him shirtless working out. And I was like, oh, he's looking really good. I'm like, wait a second.
Mm-hmm.
Let me reverse check this. Brendan Fraser working out. And I saw the real picture. I'm like, oh, that other one is AI generated. And so I hate how much of my time I have to eat up just verifying if something is AI or not, or explaining it to a family member that no, this is all AI generated. They're like, well, it doesn't change the fact. No, it changes.
Anyways. Yeah. I mean, we can go on a whole AI tangent later. There's places for it, and there's places.
What about Todd McFarlane coming out recently saying he doesn't get all the hate for the AI? I'm like, really? You of all people?
There's, and I think it was him that said it, where he said the only artists that are mad about AI are the ones that don't make money being an artist. And I was like, that is a bold statement from a guy who is at the top. That's like That's like Bill Gates going like, I don't get why people are complaining about gas. Like no shit, you don't get it because it doesn't fucking affect you, you multi-million-dollar asshole. You know, like
I'm sure his tone would be different if he was a starving artist.
Yeah, that's exactly like no shit. It affects the people that don't have millions of dollars. Fucking go figure. You know, It's- when they tax the poor, right? The rich people aren't going like, I don't get it. Why is everybody complaining? Fucking no shit. No shit. Anyway, yeah, Jason Momoa pulled out of the Helldivers movie.
Yeah.
I I wonder. I feel like there's a story there, and I'm sure they're gonna say, oh, it's scheduling and this and that. I don't
I don't
buy
see
it.
any public like I don't see anything coming from his camp. I just see it's coming from casting saying, yeah, he just had to leave the project, so it's changing the whole schedule. Whereas I feel like this might be something like if it was like mutual, I feel like it's something you would see him post on Instagram saying, ah, yeah, I had to do blah blah blah, whatever. Like when Henry Cavill decided to leave The Witcher because he thought he was gonna go do what was
Was
it,
it
another
Warhammer or
Superman movie or another one or something like that.
something? Yeah,
Like he made it a public thing that he was involved with it.
I think. I mean, I don't know what I think, but I do think that there's more to it. Whether it's like he didn't agree with how they're doing certain things or how he's involved or what he wanted or what he did. Something, I don't know, something. It makes sense if you don't think about it.
Yeah.
There's something there. There's definitely something there. What I heard was it was supposed to be a bunch of AAA actors who die horrifically. I mean, that'd be hilarious. I go for it. Go for it. That's what I say. Like you're gonna do a movie like Helldivers, lean into the fact that it's zany, it's wild, it's off the cuff, right? Like again, I go back to Master of the Universe. I think it's a good movie because it leans into the absurdity of it. It doesn't have to be a caricature of itself, but you can lean into the silliness of it, right? I don't know. I just think that there's a right way and a wrong way to do it, and we'll see. We'll see. What else? Deadpool versus the Mummy. Let's see. Makes you wonder: does Brendan Fraser have a mom? Oh, Mummy. I get it. I get it. That's a terrible joke. You guys.
Who let Wayne in here?
Oh God. God bless you. That was terrible. What other news we got? The Momoa stuff. We got that stuff. Interesting. Just kind of checking in. Speaking of the box office, of where we are at so far in the year of our Lord 2026, we're about halfway through the year. The highest grossing movie globally, probably unsurprisingly, Super Mario Galaxy, over $1 billion to date, 2026. What was surprising to me, however, is the number 2 movie, which is Michael, the biopic of Michael Jackson, at $900 million.
Where was all the do we have a breakdown of where, like, I feel like that's a movie that probably got ate up in like the Asian countries.
It had to have been. It had to be. Like, for reference, for context, Project Hail Mary, which is one of the best movies I've seen in a long, long time, topped out at 680. 680. Like, there's no shot that Devil Wears Prada 2, which just recently came out a month or two, or whatever, a couple weeks ago, is at 664. So it's just behind Project Hail Mary. Those two movies should not be similar in the box office. Fucking wrong with you people. You should have seen. I saw Project Hail Mary 3 times. I enjoyed it that much. Now I only
It
paid
was.
once. But
I loved. Yeah, I loved that movie. Like
it
I
was
wanted to
really
like go
good.
back and watch it again.
It was really, really good. Like
I
that
actually
was
wanted.
the kind of movie you go to the movie theater to see.
Like I thought about buying the book.
Yeah, like but that says something when you're like, man, I thought about reading after that. Like that should tell you some shit. Yes, Michael Jackson is a global icon. I recognize that. I absolutely recognize that. Go ahead.
Do you know what the opening weekend domestic was for that movie?
How much?
97 million for Michael.
Was opening domestic. Interesting. So that means the majority of it came overseas. It came globally.
Domestic. Well, that's just the opening weekend.
Okay.
Domestically, it brought in 355 million altogether.
Okay.
And then
to date.
Yeah, to date. And then the rest of the world was 500
million. Yeah.
534 million.
Interesting. I feel. Go ahead. I'll let you.
Well, France, and the UK. So UK grossed $64 million, and France $52 million, and then under that, it dropped down to $33 million in Germany. So it's just interesting that the UK and the French were like they needed a fix of the Michael.
Huh. I wonder if part of it is, I feel like here in the States, like most adults like have seen, like know the story, have seen a documentary or a 60-minute special. Like we've kind of done it a bunch. There have been Michael Jackson biopics already. So I wonder if abroad, this is kind of like their first opportunity to like see something like this theatrically. I don't know. Air only topped out at 90 million. Yeah. Air. I don't want to say. I watched Air. I didn't think it was a very good movie, to be honest.
Is that the Michael Jordan one?
Yeah, that's the one about like the whole of like how the shoe came to be. I didn't find it all
how
that
exciting can you make a shoe? Like 90 minutes about a shoe.
It's a Michael Jordan shoe, the greatest shoe of all time.
Like there was no footage of him playing basketball or anything. Like there was no action. It's just Like how are you gonna make an exciting movie about corporate culture?
Freaking, I don't think it did as well.
It probably would have done better as a documentary.
Well, sure. There was the film The Founder, right, where it was Michael Keaton and about like how McDonald's came to be.
Well, you know why that did so well? There was a villain.
Well, sure.
Ray Kroc. You slowly watch a man descend into being a corporate
a shark,
and screw over two of the most wholesome brothers in the world,
the McDonald brothers.
Whereas like Air, you don't see anybody like that's kind of like the villain, except maybe the other shoe companies, but
that's fair.
Whereas like The Founder, it's like it turns into it goes from a business movie into a like, oh my God, he ripped these people off.
It turns into a horror film. It turns into a slasher because he fucking murders those guys.
And then rubs it in at the end. Like, you know why I did it? No, why'd you do it? Because I could.
Because I wanted to. Because I want to be rich. The Tetris Game Boy movie. Yeah, man. The Tetris movie that Apple did was actually surprising. Now, I cannot in good faith believe most of what that movie was selling.
That was the Taron Egerton movie, right?
Yes. It was a good movie. I was hooked. But it is so hard to believe. Like, then again, I mean, I don't know. Just sometimes, and here's... Okay, now I'm gonna get on my high horse again for a second. There was a time that when you went to see a biopic, like they did the research and they tried to recreate as much as they could, and it was the authenticity of what happened in just a way that we don't have documentary footage to do, right? It's supposed to be as close to a documentary as possible, but you're just recreating the events. Somewhere along the line, it became, let's take a well-known thing and just make some shit up about what happened. The Queen biopic, the Freddie Mercury movie, was like 80% lies. Like, I saw a video where they fact-checked it, and they're like, all of this is made up. Like, it's just how he started, where he started from, the people that did it, how much. It was all bullshit. It was all fabricated, you know? Because at some point, you know, when they're like, you have to get permission from the family, well, the family's not going to want you to be putting out the nasty stuff. They're going to want, hey, he's a hero and he was the best. And like, I didn't see Michael the movie. I'm assuming they didn't talk about him diddling boys. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that wasn't a part of the $900 billion movie. Right?
What was a podcast I was listening to? Like, that movie was supposed to be like a screw you to the accusers or something like that. Like, there was like other content that was supposed to be in that movie about that whole fiasco, and then they ended up dropping it.
Yeah. Flaming Hot got a 67. I thought the Flaming Hot movie was cute. Is the story behind like how the Flaming Hot Cheetos became a thing?
Oh,
and he was like a janitor that was like fucking
got blown out.
Yeah.
Nothing tops the Catch Me If You Can.
I mean,
a movie about a con artist who creates con artist stories turns out to be a con artist story
about it's a story about a con artist being a con artist who's in fact a con artist selling you a con artist story. Yeah. Wild. Absolutely wild. Fucking love it. You remind me, you are a popcorn bucket guy
that eats popcorn, or
no? Like because I know some people like collect the popcorn buckets, you know, like the little special editions. No, that wasn't you. That wasn't you.
I'll collect some of the drink cups. You
that
know, like
you.
No.
Somebody, no, you remind me of another guy I know, and he's big into we got into a whole thing about popcorn buckets, and I'm like, the asinine nature of these $80 popcorn bucket because it's a fucking plastic thing, and I'm like, it's just ridiculous. Anyway, they have been getting out of control, like out of control. I got it when it was the joke of like the Dune bucket and then like this and
looked like a flashlight.
Yeah, and like I get it, but they just out of control. The most recent one, the Odyssey. The Odyssey has come out with a popcorn bucket. Now there is one that's like the Trojan horse kind of, and then like you open its belly and there's popcorn inside. I'm like, all right, I'll give you that. That's kind of clever because, you know, hidden thing in the wooden horse, blah, blah, blah. But in the biggest like middle finger to movies, they released the popcorn bucket, one of the popcorn buckets. Again, now this is the thing that fucking pisses me off because it started with just like, oh, there's one popcorn bucket. Now like every movie has 10 different popcorn buckets. So one of the popcorn buckets for the Odyssey is an IMAX camera. That's it. That's the popcorn bucket. It is a plastic rectangle to look like an IMAX camera.
Well, it's because it's a Christopher Nolan thing, right? Because he loves shooting an IMAX. He
loves himself some IMAX cameras. But again, who is that for? Is it for Christopher Nolan to go buy a popcorn bucket because it's an IMAX? I just, it upsets me. It's so stupid.
Well, at least
so dumb.
I'm looking at it right now. At least it doesn't look like a sex toy.
I mean, if you drill a hole in the right spot, you can Anything's a sex toy if you cram it up there. I'm just saying, if you try hard enough.
We've both deployed.
Anything's a sex toy if you try hard enough. Why does the Trojan look so stupid? Yes, the Trojan horse looks so stupid too. They're not even trying anymore. They're not trying. It has to cost them like 10 cents to make these things, and they're charging $80, $90, $100 for a fucking popcorn bucket. It's gonna sit on your head, your fucking thing, maybe.
At least the Mario Galaxy one made sense. It was like in the shape of a pipe. That actually looks like a popcorn holder.
I took my kid to see the Super Mario Galaxy movie, and of course, they had a fucking Yoshi holding an egg. And my kid's like, oh, I want that. Fucking $70.
Oh
for
my
a fucking
God.
Yoshi that's this big, holding an egg that holds like half a cup of popcorn. Like,
you just want to have like a Dennis Leary freak out moment.
Oh, man. I just want to smash all of them.
Could you put that behind the table?
No.
Jerks.
No. They got a fucking front and center. Anyway.
Okay. I had to fact check what I was trying to think of earlier.
Sure.
The Michael movie, they spent $15 million in reshoots and removing a lot of the aspects of the child abuse allegations because the attorneys for the Jackson estate, which served as producer, realized there was a clause in the settlement with one of the accusers that barred the depiction or the mention of him in the movie. So they decided to like cut out a big chunk of that just to avoid having to,
another lawsuit.
Another lawsuit against the estate.
It's crazy. Did you know that Michael Jackson, who has been dead for quite a while at this point, is still one of the top earners in music every single year? Like, he's in, and it's not like, in the top 1,000, top 100. Like, he's in like the top 10.
He made Thriller.
Right. Fucking 40-something years ago. Like, it is baffling to me that like, and we're not even, anyway. All right. I'm going to give myself an aneurysm. Oh, Jesus. I smell toast. Toast.
I had to like channel my inner Dave Chappelle when remember that skit when they were like, would you believe these allegations against Michael Jackson? No, sir. He's like, why? He made Thriller.
He was Captain EO, you bastards. He's bad. Boom. You guys are terrible. All right. Let's wind down. How do we want to wrap this up for the night? But don't get the Grayskull bucket. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Bucket.
It's not worth it. The Lobo bucket. I haven't seen the Lobo bucket. Oh God, what is the Lobo bucket? Lobo popcorn bucket. Oh boy, let's see this nightmare. That's a popcorn bucket? It like fits in the size of your hand. What pot is going to hold like 3 kernels of popcorn? What the fuck? That's wild. See, this is what I mean. Like it's just highway robbery, and I bet you it's like $80. I bet you it's expensive too. Like someone's holding it in the palm of their hand. How much popcorn could that possibly hold? It's sold out. Cinemark shop, $45. That's insane. That's just asinine. I guess he's on a motorcycle, and you take him off, and then like there's I guess some popcorn inside the motorcycle. Like that's it's not even a fistful. Oh man,
Don't
that's
don't do drugs, kids.
oh man. Somebody posted a picture of like the old Zoolander, like a school for ants, and he's looking at the fucking popcorn bucket. He's like, "What is this? What is this? Popcorn for ants?" Yeah, I don't know. And then there's like the popcorn bucket for another one of the popcorn buckets for Disclosure Day. If you haven't seen the movie, it's gonna make no sense. That popcorn bucket. It's gonna make no. It's a fucking deer.
I was gonna say
Head.
some red. I was like, what is it? Like a pencil?
It's a deer head, and like it almost looks like the thing you'd put on the wall, right? Like the
Like a
mounted deer.
mount.
Yeah,
Taxidermy
like a taxidermy
deer.
deer. And like yeah, I've seen the movie, so I get the reference, but I'm like, even in I don't know. I don't get it, man. I blame Dune. I do. I blame Dune. Dune started all of this. With that fucking Dune.
Worm.
Oh God. Oh, it started all of this, and it was just a
I guess it made a
fucking.
lot of money, right? Like that's the problem when something makes too much money.
It's like they see dollar signs, and they're just like, well, you know, there's a. Oh man, what was it? I forgot where I saw it, but there was like this. I don't know if it was a movie or just like a short or whatever, but it's about a guy who's trapped in a suitcase, like literally folded up, and when they try to help him, money comes out of his mouth, and like so, it's a metaphor, obviously, but then it becomes like let's not help him, let's keep just messing with him to get money out of him. It was like gold coins would come out of him, and like at one point they're like literally throwing the suitcase down the stairs. So because it was so much easier than just pulling on him and like one coin would come out, they like throw him off the building, so that way like all these coins would come out and shit. But it's like it's this idea of like greed at all cost, right? Like fuck everyone else. We're gonna squeeze you for every dollar we can. I use my Dune bucket every night. You nasty. You nasty. Oh man. Um yes. The Lobo bucket lights up too? Nah. Ain't worth it. Still ain't worth it. Like, oh well, if it lights up, I'll definitely spend $45 for that. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely. It's gotten to a point
I use
that
my Dune bucket every night.
I
How do we ban people?
blocked.
Oh, that's probable cause, right?
Oh man, it's a me, Sonic the Human. You're funny. Yeah. Anyway, man, I've that guy. I'm getting bad thoughts. I'm getting real bad thoughts. He-Man. Go watch Masters of the Universe. I thought it was a fun film. I feel bad. Like I feel bad that it underperformed because it deserved to do better. Look, is it the greatest film of all time and deserves award? No, of course not. But it's a silly, fun summer movie. Like,
Could it be because Morena Baccarin's in there and she gave you the interview?
I mean, that's part of it. Dude, honestly, she's in it for all of like 3 minutes. Like, she's really not in it that much at all. Like, I literally think she's in human form in 2 scenes, and then like as a bird voiceover in like 2 scenes for all of like 30 seconds. So, yeah, she's barely in that movie. But like Alison Brie is in that movie a lot more, and she plays whatever witch and whatever her name is.
She plays
Evelyn.
She
Evelyn.
probably plays crazy, right? Or crazy
It's
or a villain.
It's funny. She plays Skeletor's like right hand man, woman, whatever, Evelyn instead of Evelyn, Evelyn.
Mhm.
But it's fun, man. It's a fun, silly, like the perfect movie to just like if you have. I wouldn't say like young kids because there's a couple dark moments in it, but like if you have like preteen kids all the way up to like college kids and like it's a fun movie to take it. Um, Skeletor. I've shit on Jared Leto for just about everything. Skeletor was the highlight of the movie. Like he really was. He's so much fun and so campy and like so cartoon villain. But the way like you can make a villain cartoony and that's a bad thing. But
Yeah.
making a cartoon villain more human, I guess is the way to put like it is as if you reached into that childhood cartoon and plucked him out and just basically like made him 2026 equivalent. It's fun. It's fun. He's silly. He's over the top. Yeah, I have to. Who knew to get the best Jared Leto? Just don't have Jared Leto in the movie. Apparently, just have him do maybe some mocap and some voice work. But
We know he can do good acting work. Like he was really good in what was it, Lord of War? You know, a couple other things.
Dallas Buyers Club. He was weird, but not bad.
I think his image just doesn't help that people know he's kind of a douchebag.
Yeah, and apparently he was a douche on that set as well. I don't know if you saw the report, but like, because of course he needs to make a name for himself. Apparently, to fuck with people on set, he like smeared blood on his face. Which again, I don't know why he was on set, but I guess he did the mocap or whatever. But apparently, yeah, he just to fuck with people, he smeared blood all over his face. It's Jared Leto. Like at this point, you go like, yeah, I believe that. I've heard the stories of sending used condoms to his co-stars and dead rats, and yeah, like it was when he was filming his Joker. Yeah, it's just some weird dude, absolutely weird dude. But I guess you can do that. That and make shitty movies. You can do that when you're a rock star, apparently. For those that don't remember, Jared Leto's also the front man of what was it, 30 Seconds to Mars? I think that's the name of the band. Yeah, it's whew. Anyway, yeah, Skeletor, man. And not enough people have seen it to get the references, but there's some really good Skeletor stuff in there. There's just some really good Skeletor stuff. And, you know, I thought they would take the real easy road of doing like the whole meme thing that's really popular. And they
remember.
Yeah, remember. Until next time. Like, I thought with how campy the movie was that they would definitely do that. But they kind of carved their own path. Like, they did it in a way that's not that. But it's definitely like, you know, again, self-referential in that, like, we know this is campy. We know it's silly. But they didn't have to go that far. Like they didn't do the Spider-Man, you know, meme kind of thing. Like where they're like, you know, we're doing our own thing. But there's definitely some meme-worthy moments. And again, if more people had seen the movie, you'd probably see more memes coming out of it. But like I was watching it, I'm like, oh man, fucking the meme factories are gonna go crazy with this stuff. And I haven't seen anything just because I don't think a lot of people want to see it, which is sad. Because I think it's actually a fun movie. But anyway. All right. Ladies, if funny enough, say that I literally am scrolling Facebook and I see one of the memes and I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I thought it would be. Yeah. It's exactly where I thought they would go with that. That was actually pretty good. I'll send you that one. Out of context, it's not gonna make sense, but it's funny. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have been that 2 hours just flew by. God, when you're having a good time, I tell you. If you get a blood transfusion from Leto, you just melt into a pile of goo. I believe that. That is, again, That sounds like something I can get behind. I can believe that. But thank you all for tuning in to another wonderful week of Pop Culture Warrior. We have some exciting news. I can't share it quite yet, but there will be an announcement coming out. I believe, if my sources are correct, it will be coming out this week. So stay tuned to all your U.S. Army WTF moments and WTF Nation radio pages, because there will be an announcement, a very big announcement coming. I will not say more than that because I'm not supposed to. So tune in sometime this week. At some point, somewhere, something may or may not happen. You heard it here first, folks. But we have a number of really cool guests coming up. I think the one that I can announce right now, and might not make a lot of sense in that it's not really my cup of tea, but I think it's a really cool opportunity, and we are going to take it. We're going to sit down with Trace Adkins. We're going to sit down with Trace Adkins and legendary musician Trace Adkins here, I think, next week. It will be a pre-tape just because he's literally touring. And so he has some stuff he wants to talk about, and we're going to sit down with him, and then we'll air that at a later time. So that's going to be a fun one. But we have a couple really cool guests coming up, man. I'm super excited, and we are starting to book our because San Diego Comic-Con is like 2 months away. Jesus, it's coming up fast. We're already starting to book some of our interviews and our stuff that is going to be happening at San Diego Comic-Con. So very excited for that because there's some cool stuff. There's some cool stuff. And this year I have a team going with me. I'm not going to be by myself and trying to run miles, literal miles, to get from one thing to the other so that I can, we can hear all of that sound of you fucking with your mic.
Something was falling off. I was trying to put it back.
Anyway, very stealthily. But yeah, lots of cool stuff coming up. San Diego Comic-Con, Station Unity is one. Actually, Station Unity is actually by you, I believe. So we might have to tag team on that one if you're available. What else? Shore Leave and New York Dragon Con. We're looking at doing Dragon Con this year. So Dragon Con, New York Comic Con, PAX Unplugged. I mean, Jesus Christ, we're going to be out there doing a lot this year. I'm exhausted just thinking about it, to be honest. Also, I'll be gone. I'll be in Europe for 2.5 weeks. Yeah.
For what?
For vacation.
Who approved that?
Who approved that? I did. I'm the boss. I approved that shit. I need a break. I need a break from you people. You're driving me crazy. So yeah, but I'm going to be in London, Paris, and all over Italy. So my little reunion tour is going on, and that'll be fun. I'm excited for that. That'll be late September, early October.
All right.
And so lots to come up. Anything you want to shout out or anything you want to point out or?
Well,
What do you got?
Girlfriend was in the Wisconsin National Guard, and she got some very unfortunate news this week. She said the best first sergeant she ever had the pleasure to work under, First Sergeant Scott Schaefer of the Wisconsin National Guard, lost his, I think it was like a 13-month battle with grade 4 glioblastoma brain cancer. He was only 58. And he did 28 years in the National Guard, and nothing but good things from what I hear about him as a soldier, as well as a coworker and whatnot. So for me, I just want to leave with everybody. Well, I don't want to close the show out, but I mean,
by all means,
this seems like a quote to close it out. But in the words of First Sergeant Scott Schaefer, life is too short to be unhappy. Find your happy and make as many memories as possible that you can.
That's beautiful, man. We're gonna close it out with that. That was fucking phenomenal. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in. Cats.
Let's see it.